Debt is at an all-time high. Stocks are at all-time highs. What's driving everything up? It's pretty clear how this has come to be, and there's no telling how it will all unwind. Are you ready for it? You came here for the truth. Today we are going to look at the markets. Let's get into it right away, beginning with this article. It's talking about Bill Gross. U.S. markets are at their highest risk levels since before the 2008 financial crisis because investors are paying a high price for the chances they're taking. That's according to Bill Gross. He said a few things that you would think was in the money GPS. Instead of buying low and selling high, you're buying high and crossing your fingers. And I think that's what a lot of people have done. There's a lot of speculation that is going on. And you get speculation when you have low interest rates. And that's the next point right here. Central bank policies for low and negative interest rates are artificially driving asset prices while creating little growth in the real economy and punishing individual savers, banks and insurance companies. This is exactly what I've talked about so many times before. It's good to hear it from somebody in the industry as well. When you have low interest rates, when you have negative interest rates, you distort the real economy. Nobody knows what's really supposed to happen, what the real values are at, because we have these central planners. And they seem to do a good job at distorting everything. And it seems to me like everyone is just riding the wave. They're figuring, you know what, fine. If they're going to print money, I'm at least going to take advantage of it. And, in a way, I don't necessarily disagree with these people. I'm just looking at it for what it is and thinking at any moment, if they decide to pull the plug, then we are, of course, on the hook. It's interesting what he says here. There's more of his the things that he said in this article. I want to move on and connect that into some other points. You're looking at Amazon. They're not just the company that they were many years ago. They seem to be getting into all different ventures. And one of them is this. It has an Amazon lending service that surpassed $3 billion in loans to small businesses since it was launched in 2011. And you're seeing this company expand just like the rest of its company expand. But I think it's very interesting that a lot of these companies that generally have nothing to do with finance seem to be getting into it. Why? Because they have a lot of money and they're willing to loan it out and make that money back. It seems to be a foolproof policy that so many companies are getting themselves involved in. So I just wanted to show you that and show you how finance is really blurring the lines in with all of these other different companies. Let's look at the next article here. Snap Inc. is the most shorted tech initial public offering IPO of the year, with a growing number of traders betting that the stock will fall. This seems to be quite the pump and dump. Ever since the IPO, it's been having problems. We saw that initially with Facebook, but then Facebook seemed to really recover from that and go much higher after that. It doesn't seem that's the case for Snap. And I would suggest to everyone that don't get caught in the frenzy, whatever that is. Don't get caught in the frenzy. Don't just say, look, it's something that everyone's using today, and I think that it's going to be great. And, this particular stock or this particular investment did well, so therefore this one will do well. And we can see very clearly right here, that's not the case. Let's move on looking at this. We're looking at what is going on with SNAP. That's the food stamp program. The White House proposal to overhaul the U.S. food stamp program and the deep cuts it would make to the benefits for the poorest households has sparked public outrage on both sides of the aisle. There's another change tucked into the proposal that businesses say caught them off guard. It's going to cost them over $2 billion. Look at this. This provision is a new fee that the White House wants to charge retailers that accept food stamps. So what are they talking about here exactly? Well, I'll show you in the next couple articles as well. The fee would be assessed when the stores sign up and will require renewal after 5 years. Depends on the size of the retailer. The president's budget estimates the fee would generate $2.4 billion in revenue over the next decade. So how does this actually affect people, affect the stores? I have a couple points I want to make. Number one is this: redemptions by firm type. And They make a good point right here. Essentially what I wanted to get to is this. Combined, supermarkets and superstores redeem just over 81% of all SNAP benefits, while making 14% of the total number of authorized firms. So you're seeing that these places are the places where a lot of the SNAP or food stamps are used. That's very clear to me from this. Now, another point that I want to make is in this chart here. What are people buying? Well, the number one item they're purchasing, junk foods. Junk foods are being purchased here with food stamps. That is the primary thing being purchased with food stamps. Then next we have milk, then beef and bag snacks, and it goes on. I would suggest to everyone that by far, junk food is what's being placed here. You can see that, as far as I'm concerned anyway, that it's going to waste, in a way, these SNAP benefits by allowing them. I mean, you see some places what they allow food stamps to be used for. I think it needs a major overhaul. The only issue that I have with this, with the cuts that the Trump administration plans to make and with everything else, is simply that when you cut the benefits from people and they don't get what they used to get, you have to be prepared for, let's call it setbacks, or let's just say it for what it is, riots. And then last but not least, looking at this new patent, Facebook's emotion tech patents show new ways for face detecting and responding to users' feelings. So here they are. They're going to be able to analyze you and your feelings and then capitalize on that. I'm not exactly sure how it's all going to take place, but perhaps they see that you're feeling sad, so they present you with something that'll make you feel real happy. Maybe something you have to buy, maybe something digital. I don't know exactly what they're going to do with all this, but I don't like the fact that these devices are spying on us, number one, and then it's a system that we opt into. This is the type of thing that people will opt into. It's not the NSA secretly spying on me right now, as these cameras that I have facing me are doing. The microphones are obviously on and listening to me. But this is actually people opting into the system, which to me makes it a hell of a lot worse. That's it for this video. If you found it informative, please give me a thumbs up. If you found the video informative, then I assure you, you will find my books, The Money GPS, and my new release, Global Economic Collapse, even more informative. The first book is about the 4 asset classes and how to profit from it. And my new release is taking familiar concepts from the first book, but then getting into what I call the Money GPS strategy, and that is reducing your monthly expenses. Most importantly, becoming self-sufficient. So if you want to look through the book, over at Amazon, they have this look inside feature. You can actually flip through the pages over there. There's a link in the description. If you want the audiobook, then you can head over to themoneygps.com. You'll see it there. And, for people who are too busy, maybe they want it for the car, maybe they want it to put on their music player. It's up to you. Those are there. I also got the t-shirts going now. You can check that out at themoneygps.com. Last but not least, I wanted to tell you that if you want to follow me on Steemit, definitely get me on there. The reason I like Steemit is simply the fact that it's a much better area where you feel like you can say things and not have to worry. I can post links, I can post articles. I don't have to worry about all that, all the things that YouTube has done, all the nefarious plans that they've put in place and everything else. I think that this is something that could be good. I don't know where it's going to head in the future, but I can tell you right now, it is a very good community of people over there at this time. So hopefully that continues on. It's in the description of this video. You can get me on Steemit at The Money GPS. Definitely check me out on there. If you don't know what Steemit is to begin with, basically it's a social media, but it actually rewards people for having an input. So whether it is you're upvoting or giving thumbs up, or you're commenting or you're posting, you're rewarded with their own digital currency, which then you can convert into other currencies and everything else. So I think it's great. Check me out on there. Take care.